So hello guys, today we going other farm and pupunta rin, magsasakay din kami ngayon sa jet boat. Right, jet boat, Chris? Yeah, jet boat today and other farm.
Another farm, see some animals.
See the animals.
See the animals, see some sheep and sheepdogs, and have some lunch and have fun.
Right. So marami kaming papasyalan ngayong araw. Talagang grabe, sobrang lamig dito. Parang kung may nahina ka sa lamig, talagang hindi lang sipon, ubo. Ayan. So may hinihintay lang kami and after that, alis na kami. So grabing lamig dito, kapal ng suot ko. Sponsored by itong suot ko, galing sa of course kay Papa. Saan niya galing to? Malaking tulong. Ayan. Yung English natin, nagagamit natin yung English Carabao natin dito. Lamig. Ito yung sasakyan ng Santé, nakalagay Santé. Ayan, dyan kami ngayon sasakay. Ayan yung mga partners natin. Mamaya mag-video ulit tayo pag ito na tayo mismo. Hello. I'm fine.
1 hour and 30 minutes.
What's your name?
George, man.
Yo, Francis. Francis. Nice to meet you too. Yo. Video for in Philippines.
Oh,
Yeah.
coming with me?
Your friend? Chris? Or brother or?
No, do you remember Tim from yesterday? I'm his son.
Alright. Team, team, son?
Tim from yesterday, the farmer. Yeah, I'm his son.
Alright.
Yeah, George. Yeah.
Yan, so hindi nyo ba guys? No.
Grow the barley.
So guys, mamaya na lang muna. Nabusan na tayo. Bye-bye. Sis mo din nakapag-ready yung ano mo.
Bukas, makakasama tayo sa Joey.
Ayun, talaga, tatakbo talaga yun.
Nature-wise. What do you mean? You know, like great scenery, to take some great photos.
Well, where we're going is pretty good.
Okay.
So hello guys, dito na kami ngayon sa sa area. So sa Springfield. Ayan. So ready na kami for jet boat. Ayan. Ayan sinakyan natin, Santé, New Zealand. Alright. So may araw dito pero grabing lamig. Grabing lamig kahit may araw. Ayan. So hinihintay lang natin yung ibang mga partners. Nauna kami, sobrang bilis ng takbo ng sasakyan namin. Ayan. What the goat? Yeah.
Little guy.
May nakapasok na ano. Pupa. Ayan. May nakapasok na tupa. Look at this.
How did she get out?
Oh no, these are our pet ones. So
Oh.
there's two of them, and we actually let them out. But
Ayan.
I don't know.
Lambot.
He's got a dirty bottom, so he does need to
Ang
have
lambot. Ang lambot ng ano.
he needs a bath.
Ito yung ibang mga tupa. Oh. Ayan guys. Grabe ang kapal ng balat niya. Ang lambot. Baka makagat. Yan na rin pala yung mga ibang partners.
He is a little bit shy.
Sa inyong iba. So ayan. Lambot oh. Ang lambot.
Kalami ala oh.
Sus, parang ano, parang...
Kala mo ah.
Kalami isugba.
Ayan, kumakain siya ng barley. Barley dito yan.
Ano bro, gugupitan na natin?
Oo nga eh.
Bumili. Yan na yan.
Ang laki nito. Lambot.
Hello.
So, ayan guys, ready na kami. Waiting lang sa ano, sa boat. Grabe lamig. Hindi pa tayo maandar niya, no? Wala pa pala to. Pero grabe lamig na. Ay, yung river. Look at the river. Yeah. So, napaka ano na river. Makalma pa lang yung alon niya. Agos.
Waimakariri.
Ano lugar to, ano?
Waimakariri.
Waimakariri. In New Zealand, Waimakariri.
Waimakariri diri.
Very cold. Kahit may araw, grabing lamig. Hindi pwedeng wala kang jacket dito. Kaway Mentorelli boy.
Live ka bro.
Ano lang, video.
Hello guys. Nako. You should be here, no? Next year, kayo naman.
Yes.
Sarap.
At may mga foreigner. So foreigner din tayo dito ngayon. Busang English natin ngayon. How many Chris, how many minutes in jet boat? Hours?
I think it's about 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes on the jet boat.
Alright. It's pass. Much pass.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna be going upwards.
We go up the river and then
Sure.
While jet boat,
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.
You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
naubusan. Pag nasa jet boat, pwede bang mga nag-video?
Oh, naman.
Ayan.
You can take videos and pictures. Just take care of your camera not to fall off,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
or else you need to be swimming with the fishes.
Hold tight. Hold on tight.
Yeah.
Drop it.
Ayan, nabusan tayo ng English. Okay.
Lahat nakuha na.
Buti dyan si
Delikado pagka ganyan,
MJ.
mabilis matanggal.
Kaya nga eh.
Dapat ano, kamay pero dalawang kamay. Hindi mabasa.
Yung mga kapag video-video na lang mamaya.
Yung iPhone, pwede yun, di ba? Ano yun, waterproof?
Oh, yung ano, yung...
Kaya ng ating cam? Kaya to, laban na to.
Yeah, bring your phones for photos, absolutely.
Alright. Oh, I think... Ay, naka-video to bro? Video ba? Oo.
Big farming community, Canada.
Ayan na guys.
This? Yep, and onto the seat. Yeah, that's it. And now down. Yeah, you don't have to sit on the towel anymore. Alright, what's your name? George.
Hello.
How many people have been in a jet boat before?
Speedboat.
Right, okay. Whereabouts have you been? Whereabouts? What jet boat have you been in?
Speedboat.
Oh, speedboat.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a bit different. There's no propeller underneath. No rudder underneath. We've got jet pumps, so we're sucking the water in and we're blowing it out the back so we can go in very shallow water. Right, a couple of things I need to talk with you about. Please keep your arms inboard. So imagine there's a glass wall down here. We don't want anybody poking your arms out the side. Do go close to some of the rock faces. We want to keep our fingers all intact. I want you in a seated position. You've done very well. Without even seeing this, you've done it. Great, that's what we want. So when I do this, you know what this means, don't you? Yeah. So I'll try not to do this. When I do this, what are we going to do? Spin. We're going to spin the
360.
boat. When we spin the boat, I want you to hold on. To hold on. The handrail in front of you, about shoulder width apart. Your feet against the footrest. Your bottom, your tush, against the back of the seat. So you're nice and solid. You're firm. So when we spin, you're going to slide that way and then this way into each other, all right? Okay, we're going to give one a try. Are we holding on? No. Holding on. down the various mudstone, the sandstone. Our black rock over here on the left, that's a tallest rock, and it's a softer mudstone. The grey one over here is grey wacky, our local stone, quite predominant around here, and it's much, much firmer. It's a sandstone compressed under very high pressure. So they can read the level of the river, right? So there's a gauge here so they can tell how deep the river is. You're wet.
Grabe kakaibang experience.
Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, you're having a bad hair day too. Righto. So that is for reading the river. Today we know that it's running at about 110 cubic metres a second. About average, slightly above average, but we had a bit of rain yesterday and it went from 85 up to 110. Last week on Thursday night it spiked at 570 and came back down. Dirty, but it just gives you an indication of how much the river does go up and down. Okay, so I've stopped in here at Otarama Gorge. One of the special things about this river is it's the fact of how long it is, how beautiful it is. Some crazy guys in there. We have a few people that come down and buzz us from time to time, which is fun. But we were pretty lucky that we've still got it. Back in 1923, they were going to dam right through there, a bit like a mini Hoover. They didn't, as it turned out, and they didn't because the New Zealand government of the day said to Christchurch, no, we don't want you building dams. It's kind of a, I guess, in a North American kind of parlay, or American actually, it would be state and federal like the Australians. So it was like the federal, the main government in New Zealand saying to Christchurch, actually, we want to handle big stuff like utilities, which you can understand. They didn't do it. They gave them cheap electricity off the Coleridge system, which runs off the Rakaia River a little bit further down the island. But the biggest reason that we're pleased it didn't happen, apart from the pretty beautiful places that we're going to see, is that all of this rock, this grey wacky, is round. The edges are rolled off it because it's been rolling down our river. The locals, what's the river's name?
Waimakariri.
Waimakariri. What does it stand for in Maori? Anybody have any ideas? Maori. Wai is water, makariri is cold rushing. And you dip your fingers in it, you know that it's cold and it's rushing out there. It's doing about 12 kilometres an hour. So what it's doing is it's rolling our stone. It's an alluvial river, so it's rolling the stones down the river. Not many places in the world where you get it. One of the interesting things is your part of the world, north of Edmonton, you get a lot of alluvial stone. We have a lot of jet boats that run up there. There's a World River Racing Championship that runs actually between New Zealand, Canada, USA and Mexico because we have those kinds of rivers. And there's only half a dozen places in the world where we have that kind of stone. So all of this rock moves. They knew it moved, but they didn't know how much. What they've since discovered is that had they built it, they think within 4 to 5 years it would have backfilled. Beautiful trip to take if you ever got the opportunity. It is worth taking summer or winter. When they were building it, they had a village up in here, and that village was where all the men worked. They would work up on the railway, and when they were getting their food, they'd go hunting up in this creek around the corner here, and it's called Coal Creek. Yes, there probably was coal up in there, but it was also cold, and they ended up shooting their pigs up in there, and they'd leave them there because it was actually colder there than it was over here. They had a flying fox to get across the river, and they'd do their shooting there. These days that's all gone because we no longer have the need for building the railway, but what we discovered at Alpine Jet some of that was. So we all came up here to do some filming. My business partner came up here to do some filming, and they filmed that bit of water below that rock there, which is called Pinnacle Rock. And they spent all day here doing that filming. That Pinnacle Rock is actually part of the structure that holds the computer-generated ice road bridge near the beginning of one of the episodes. About 9 viaducts that run across to the coast. This one is one of the most spectacular, 77 metres high. One of the clever things about the construction is that on the this little spot's kind of interesting for jet boaters. There's a hut up here, tucked up in the trees. When we did the spin, you might have seen it. I'll take you up there and show it to you when we leave. But that was one of the early pioneer huts, and it was a guy called Harold Walker. And he would come up here in his little wooden boat. And I'll show you one of the little wooden boats that they came up in, and you'll just be amazed at how they fitted everything on with these tiny, tiny little engines, and how they managed to get all the way up the river. But they would come up here and go hunting. There's no other place, there's no other way up here other than a helicopter or the raft or kayak, as you just saw, going down the river. But to get up into the gorge, jet boat's the only way other than the chopper. The early pioneers, of the jet boat, to get their boats up high, so when they went away hunting, they didn't have to worry about coming back and finding they had no boat.
George, you enjoyed it?
And so guys, tatapos na kami mag-jet boat. Grabe, kakaibang experience. This is the Santé life. Talagang nag-enjoy. Very cold. Cool. Sobrang lamig. Kumusta Mentor Eliboy? Grabe, no?
Grabe yung experience. Pero may labi ko, bibitak-bitak na eh. Sa lamig. Sarap.
Sarap.
Ay, sarap ulitin.
This is the Santé life.
Yes, guys. You're next.
Nanginig ako doon.
Bili ko pa sa'yo. Ka-shorts lang.
Ayos lang naman eh.
Ayos lang.
Buti may araw-araw, no?
Oo.
Ay, si Mentor Gerard.
DJ yan bro.
Video. Sakto, i-send ko rin sa'yo ito.
Sige bro.
Nalawat ka na?
Nalawat. Lawat na ako. Okay lang. Dito kailangan sa sunod dala ka ng power bank. Or may extra cellphone ka pa.
Dalawang cellphone. Parang kis malaglagi isang phone, may isa pa. Ganyan ko malaglag.
I'll give you a chat through here, and then we'll go across for lunch in the water, right? Does anybody know about Bill Hamilton, the jet boat inventor? Anybody? You probably haven't heard of him. No. And understandably, that's fine. Has anybody heard of Burt Munro? It was from a movie called The World's Fastest Indian. And it was an Indian motorcycle from New Zealand that ran on the salt plains in Bonneville, and he got a world speed record that still stands today.
What's that?
The movie was done in America, but it was a bit of America. Yeah. It would be considered a B-grade movie, but it was still, for New Zealand, it would have been a high-profile one. Hey, now, one thing I should mention to you here, do try the pear. The pear has got ricotta cheese in it, and, the first person to break it up is you're the bad person, but once it's done, it'll be fine, right? But if you just break it up, these will come out in slithers, but it's actually really lovely. The cheeses, a lot of local cheeses. Robin sources them from a lot of them from down in Geraldine, from Talbot's. But yeah, anyway. Christchurch, heading back to quite a light Irishman place out, which is kind of how it goes. He goes back down there to play with this concept of going upstream, which he always
Hello.
wanted to do from a little boy. And you saw what we did today. You can't do what we did today with propeller really low. It just wouldn't make it right. So he said, there's got to be a way to go upstream. The first thing he did was he took a leaf out of the American book and got an airway. He put it down there in the airway. Never worked really well. They go protecting around the propeller. They retract the propeller at the bottom. It's just the concept wasn't right there. And they actually, one of the farmhands told me that he remembers Bill coming in with that boat on the line, towing it behind the old jelly, and put such and such upstairs, you can get it.
Yeah, kind of. They're my babies. What? Yeah. So all they want to do is work. All they want to do is work. These black and white ones are what they call eye dogs, heading dogs. They go out and go round, and then they'll bring the sheep back to
Ayan,
me.
so guys,
They think I'm
grabe.
the alpha male. They bring it back to me.
Busan na tayo ng baong
We
English.
all eat it together. So that's what's going on in his head. I get them back to the boss, and then we all have something to eat. So that's what these two do. And depending on where I stand, is
Ganda
where
ng
they bring the
bundok, oh.
sheep. So I've got to control the dogs in that. I've got to tell them not to do things because they want to bring it back to me. But if I'm trying to put them into a pen, I'll have to stand off to one side and make the dogs do something different that they don't want to do. So it's just time and experience for a dog that knows what they want to do, and then it's time and more experience for a dog that thinks he knows what to move them on the bush. She'll find the trails that the sheep are on, and then follow those trails through scent, and just keep barking them out of that area until they come out, and then we can control it. Isn't that right, Ian? Hey? And she's just, all she wants to be is love. She's just a big suck. That's her job. She just barking. Hey, we got it. We know what you do. That's it now. Pack up. So tell them to pack up, and that just means to get together as a little pack, and they all usually sit down together. That's it. Right, so we'll see if we can get him working. There's the sheep there. We're going to try it. I'll send the dog out all the way around. We'll bring them down, and we'll bring them through this pen here. Stay there. Get back. Looking for it out now. Go. Good girl. Go. Good girl. Josh, we are. Try not to move, guys. Let's go. Look on me. Josh, we are. Oh, you big thing, you. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Come on, girls.
Nice.
Are they horrible?
Yeah.
Right, we'll give the old boy a go, and then we'll lock him in here and we'll have a good look at the sheep ourselves. Oh, what's a minute he'll do? Yes. So when you feel the sheep here, it feels like they're sweating, and it's not. It's actually a lanolin. Lanolin is the natural oil that's given off of them, and that's used as a lip balm and also a hand moisturizer. It's one of the byproducts of the wool, and it's pretty sought after. Oh, is that they haven't had predators, so when they're following you, there's either a stoat or a cat stalking it and killing it as quick as it comes to the ground. The big wood pigeon that we've got here, the kiddo. That's a waxer. It's squeaking. Sorry, how did that go, Sean? Oh, what's the tip? That's the poop. That's the little dog. That's the way back home. Just follow the poop. Just follow the poop. Yeah. Just watch your clean shoes. Five fingers. You've got 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
2 more and it's, you know what it is.
Yeah. No, I don't. Tell me. Several different species from 3 to 7. Yeah. Keep coming. Off that one. Guys, just come in. Just if you can get in an area where you can see, just go all around. It's the stacks to see here. A lot of birds today. So as we were saying before, this whole place there was no ground here. So